Stop! Look, then look again. Can you spot the difference? A train track and then a parking lot? What happened? Many things, actually, and much of which you may have not even thought about. A lot can change on the railroad before you have time to appreciate it, and that's what this video will be all about. Join in on episode 1 of Railfanning Remembered, where my brother, who runs the YouTube channel Mainline South, and I recount the way Rockport, Massachusetts railfanning was before the MBTA made a lot of big changes.
Wow!
First up is the Screamers.
F40 PHs, or Screamers, as they'd be called in New England, are the original variations of the F40 series of locomotives. MBTA ran these locomotives up till 2015 when they were retired. F40s represent a staple of my childhood railfanning experience, as well as Nathan's.
And it was always thrilling when the distinct screech of an old F40 was heard in the distance.
All right.
For 2032 with engine 1006.
My lord,
That is rare.
In their final years of operation, these beasts ran exclusively on the MBTA's north side, hence why we saw them in Rockport so much.
When asked by my brother Nathan to recall an early memory I have of these beloved locomotives, the only thing that comes to mind is the deafening roar they would make while idling by at North Station.
Despite the MBTA's original Screamers being taken from service in 2015, MBTA offered one last hurrah for this historic type of locomotive in 2016. In this year, MBTA leased 4 ex-Amtrak and AMT F40s to be used in place of MBTA's new and struggling HSP-46 locomotives.
And let me just say, it was never a letdown when these blue and white locomotives appeared.
Woo! Here's a nice horn.
Next up is a type of locomotive which I was a little bit too young to remember. So take it away, Isaiah.
In 2011, the MBTA leased 5 GP40 WH2s from the Maryland Area Regional Commuter Rail, or MARC. These locomotives were used primarily on the north side, hence why I saw them frequently. With a similar build to the MBTA's GP40 MCs, to me as a young rail fan, the bright nose was the biggest indicator that this locomotive was rare. And now, let's look at the final big change that Rockport Station has overcome, the layover track alignment.
Before November of 2017, Rockport's layover yard was aligned in a haphazard and obscure manner, specifically with tracks 6 and 7. Track 6 found itself jutting into the middle of the Rockport employee parking lot, and track 7 was placed adjacent to Evans Field where local baseball games were played. Now here's a glimpse of what tracks 6 and 7 looked like after the change. And hey, I'm glad I got a bunch of photos of these tracks before they were changed, like this one. Seen here is a selfie that I took when I was about 8 years old, in front of MBTA MP36 011 on track 7.
A suspected reason for the realignment is because baseballs often hit and smash the windows of commuter rail trains parked on the track. Commuter rail trains face a lot of wear and tear. The last thing they need is to dodge wayward foul balls.
It is also suspected that this change occurred because locals were frustrated that trains on Track 7 would block the road that gave them access to Pools Lane and ultimately the Rockport Teen Center and Skate Park.
However, the real reason for the change is likely because the disheveled layover yard had less room for necessary modern amenities to keep the trains alive overnight. You know, that layover yard looked like my bedroom after a weekend of busy Lego building. An absolute disaster.
The new layover alignment, which moved tracks 6 and 7 closer together and in a more consolidated location, seems much more neat and tidy. It has also allowed for many more parking spaces for Rockport Station.
This Rockport rehabilitation also helped defeat the common issue of flooding in Rockport's parking lot. This photo, which I captured in 2016, shows the flooded station parking lot. Not a pretty scene, especially if you're a summertime traveler. You sign up for the beach, but you come to find the water is waiting for you upon arrival. That doesn't look pleasant to me.
Lastly, to give another angle of what this change really meant for Rockport, here are some before and after photos. It really is crazy how different Rockport looks now. Do you guys like it more? Leave a comment down below with your thoughts. Rockport Railfanning sure has seen a lot of change since we began watching trains here, but it will always be a place where we view trains with joy.
So until next time, we will see you all again soon, out there on the rails.
Did you see that smoke come out?
Wasn't that great? It was great to meet the engineer, wasn't it? He gave us a good toot.